So as we go into kind of winter mode, the seasons change. This is usually the time that I reflect the most on where I want to see my career going in the video editing world and reflect on things that I've done in the past and where I am today. For undergraduate, I went to UC Santa Barbara Film and Media Studies. I actually applied to some other schools that were more production-based, but I did not yet get in. So I think it happened for a reason. I was meant to go to UC Santa Barbara Film and Media Studies, and I was able to fall in love with, editing and also film history and critical theory. I got to write a bunch of different papers about film and work on films. I even got to intern at the Hollywood Reporter. When I was in undergrad, I thought maybe I want to teach. And that's where it kind of led me to that 100K mistake of going to grad school and paying money for a 2-year program. So collecting 100K in just a couple years, which is insane for somebody who is in their very early 20s. So as I was editing this, I realized I left out a little bit of context here. So the 100K in debt that I had when I graduated from the 2-year program was a little bit from undergraduate, but then 2 more years on top of that, I think it was like 35K per year. And then interest, as soon as I graduated, it quickly got up to over 100K really fast, which is a lot of money. And, I'm not saying it was necessarily a mistake that I went to grad school because it led me to where I am today, but I quickly realized that I wouldn't be able to go on to get my PhD with that much loan debt. I would never pay it off if I had to pay again for another program to teach film. So I quickly realized I needed to focus and actually start producing more content to be able to get a job. So I just wanted to add that bit in, and now we can continue on. But the good thing about the program is that it was interdisciplinary, so I was able to make it my own. And I did end up, after experimenting a little bit, focusing more on documentary film. And that's how I ended up getting my job as the shredder at the US Department of State, where I was able to work with a bunch of different people from all over the world and film these short documentaries. And if you're interested in seeing some of the documentaries that I shot and produced and edited, you can see them just down below. I'll put a couple of my favorites down there. In my first job as the shredder, I had to wear multiple hats and, I had to shoot, edit, also come up with motion design. And so part of that was learning After Effects, and it also was overwhelming because I was like, look, I'm only here for 8 hours a day. And how do people come up with the motion design skills when you're just one person? So one of the things that can help with that I discovered through that process was taking templates and modifying them to the particular brand of the video that I was producing at the time. And one of the places that you can find these templates is Mixkit. And all of the assets there are completely free, so it's great for somebody just starting out. They have really cool transitions, they have logo reveals, they have sound effects and music, all these elements that can help shape your story. And those assets saved my butt multiple times because there's no way that I would have been able to get all of that stuff done in time when you wear so many different hats in the job that you're doing. And Mixkit's great. The people there are cool. They're based in Melbourne, Australia, and I actually studied abroad there, and I love Australia. So the people there are so cool, and it's actually owned by Envato, so they've taken part of the templates from the main Envato page and made some of them free, which is so awesome. So Mixkit is a sponsor of today's video, so thank you to Mixkit, and if you're interested in trying out their free templates, you can find them in the link down below, and I guarantee you it'll definitely help you out for sure. So how did I go from being a shredder full-time to posting tutorials on YouTube full-time? When I was in my full-time job producing these short documentaries, I had a lot of requests, and so did my colleague. There was just two of us. We were a small team producing all these videos for these different offices. So rather than stretching ourselves thin to try to produce more, what we ended up doing was hosting in-person trainings and digital trainings to show people how they could shoot better social videos to gain traction around their community just by using their smartphone. So we gave them audio tips, we gave them lighting tips, and we had a lot of fun, and it was great to have people have those aha moments to realize that they had so much power just within their iPhone. And so I felt like I did a pretty good job at the trainings, and I enjoyed the process. So I thought maybe I could have a side hustle where I could upload tutorials to help more people around the world through YouTube. So in August of 2016, I uploaded my first video. Actually, it might have been July, but it was how to create captions in Premiere Pro. And it actually did pretty good. And then that's when I was like, okay, I can make more of these. So basically I would just be like, okay, what is something that I recently learned? And then how can I share that with other people? And Premiere Gal became the outlet for that. But little did I know that it would become my full-time job and I would actually form a company around it. So it's interesting to look at your path to see where it's taking you to. And that's where I'm at right now. So if you're there watching this video at home right now and you're confused about where you are or where you want to go, or you have a regret, just like I did when I was in graduate school wanting to quit, being like, why did I take out all this money? It led to some of the most coolest experiences I've had in my life. And my dad was right. I was able to pay off my loan a lot quicker than I thought. So when I said in the beginning that I was able to work with Michelle Kwan, take photos of Richard Branson, travel to Morocco for 10 days to shoot these documentaries, I would have never got there without having to take that step. It was a brave step that I took to take out that loan. Not anybody would be like, oh sure, I'm gonna take out $100K and then find a job. I graduated without any jobs lined up. Like, that's so brave. So give yourself a pat on the back if you took that step towards what you want to do in your life. And I think that that's such an amazing thing to celebrate. So if you're feeling down, write down a few positives that you've taken and put energy in the direction that you want to go. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to grad school like I did. Reach out to people, see how you can help, gain experience by doing, and you will be successful. And surround yourself by powerful, exciting, creative people, and you'll have a blast. The best part about this Dream Robot is that you can control it with your phone with the app. So if you're interested in getting the little Dream Robot to help you clean up your office, you can use my 30% off code just down below. That's all. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.
Do something more like that. Take your hair. Take them and like with those on, because it looks cool. Take your hand like it. Oh shit.